In a world designed for planned obsolescence, where objects are built to fail within a year, this artifact feels like a visitor from another dimension. This is not merely a kitchen utensil. It is a monument to a bygone era. An age when engineers built for eternity, and the word disposable had yet to enter the human lexicon. Beneath thick layers of rust and grime lies a device that shifted the course of culinary history. Heavy cast iron. Cold. Uncompromising. Today, we are accustomed to pushing a button for instant results, but this iron beast demanded participation. It demanded strength. It was an extension of the chef's own arm. Today, we perform an archaeological excavation right here on the workbench to restore this forgotten king of the kitchen to its former glory. To truly grasp the genius of this machine, we must transport ourselves back to the mid-19th century. Imagine a world without electricity. A world where preparing a simple dinner was an act of grueling physical labor. For centuries, humanity knew only one way to turn meat into mince, chopping. To heavy cleavers, the thunderous rhythm against a wooden board. Hours of monotonous work. In those times, a cutlet was not fast food. It was a delicacy, accessible only to those with servants or an abundance of time. The culinary world stood frozen, awaiting a revolution. It needed a mechanism capable of taming meat fibers without the strike of an axe. And the solution came not from a chef, but from an engineer. Look at this component. This is the heart of the machine. The Archimedes screw, or the auger. Inventor Carl Dray, the very man who gave the world the bicycle, once asked a simple question: why chop when you can press? The operating principle of this grinder is closer to a hydraulic press than to a knife. As you turn the handle, the auger captures the matter and, with relentless force, pushes it forward into the compression chamber. The pressure builds. And finally the encounter with the full-bladed cutter. It was a victory of physics over brute force. Simple kinematics that allowed an ordinary housewife to achieve what once required a brigade of cooks. Watch as time recedes under the influence of our tools. Layer by layer, we strip away decades of oblivion. Rust is merely oxidized metal scars of time that can be healed. This specific specimen was cast during the Soviet era, a time when cast iron was spared no expense. There is no planned obsolescence here. If this machine is cleaned, lubricated, and protected with fresh paint, it will outlive us and our grandchildren. We coat the body in bright red enamel, not just for aesthetics. It is the color of life, the color of energy. We are returning a pulse to the cold metal. Polishing the blade to a mirror finish is a tribute to the masters of the past. The steel hungers for work once more. And now, the metamorphosis is complete. What looked like junkyard scrap just yesterday, today shines as if it just rolled off the assembly line. The rotation of the handle. That heavy, oiled movement of the mechanism. A sound that cannot be mistaken for anything else. It is the sound of reliability. In our modern digital world, where everything is ephemeral, this cast iron mechanism remains an anchor of reality. It is real. It is eternal. We didn't just restore a meat grinder, we saved a piece of history. This is wasted goods, where objects find a second soul.